Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. I apologize for yesterday, could not get a video out. Actually went for a bike ride that turned into kind of a marathon ride, if you will. Almost did 150 kilometers. The group I was in just didn't want to stop. It was a great day. Everybody felt good, so we just kind of kept pushing through and did almost 150 kilometers. Haven't done that in a while. I'm sort of feeling the effects today, but anyway, couldn't get a video out yesterday, but I'm going to put one out today. One I was going to put out yesterday was my weekly user-suggested stock picks. So I'll go ahead and do that one today. Just kind of a recap. Last trading day on Friday, up about $27, sitting right at $71.95 overall. Still down a bit with that speculative play with Portola and Pfizer, but I've been making some nice headway here in the last couple of weeks. Been essentially green for most days. One day I lost $6 or so, but for the most part been making back $20 to $30 a day. A couple days I made $60 back, so not too bad of a return. Pleasantly surprised with some of my stock picks, since they were stock picks I did initially early on. I think that has to do more with how the market's been performing. As you can see here, a lot of my stocks are in green. And just kind of go through my stocks. I have a nice Vanguard fund up top here. I'm going to be putting a little bit more equity into this next month. And then I have some high dividend paying stocks out of different sectors here. Still trying to add more and diversify. As you see here, this is a notable new addition here, Coca-Cola. Picked up a few more shares of Ford last week as well. And I still have a few other buys that are pending. Intel, IBM, and Verizon, last week's suggested stock picks. Those are still pending. I'm lowering my limit buys on those. Markets has just been performing so well. Those stocks haven't dropped like I thought they would. So I may even on Monday go in and just buy those at market price. Again, to have a little bit of fun here. Then on the bottom here, you see I have some monthly dividend paying stocks, some bond funds, as well as PSEC and STAG there. And then on the bottom here, my Angel Fund, which I put quite a bit of equity into. And if you remember from a couple of videos ago, I'm doing a dividend capture buying strategy. And I know a lot of longer term investors and investors who have a little bit more knowledge about the market probably look not too kindly at this approach. There's lots of tax implications, and it actually makes you go in and buy and sell these on a quite regular basis, which can kind of be frustrating, since you want to go in and buy and sell about the same price, capture that dividend, and move on to the next, which can be a challenge because, for example, you see here, I jumped in, got this Market Vectors Fallen Angel High Yield Bond Fund right before the ex-dividend date, but it fell a few dollars here, $14 down. I have 117 shares, so that just represents a few cents here. So I got to wait until that comes back up. And you can kind of see right here around the ex-dividend date where it fell down. So if that goes back up to 28.70 or so, I bought it at 28.78. If I can get it, 28, even 75, I'm still making money back, and it's still well worth my time doing that. And as I said, this is a monthly thing, so I'll have 4 different dividend yielding stocks per month. So if I make 20 on this one, 20 on the next one, and kind of do that in a cyclical fashion, that's 20, 40, 68. That's $80 a month just in that $3,000 of equity. So I think I'll continue doing this, see if this kind of plays out or not. Not sure if it will. But yeah, that's just kind of a rundown of my current portfolio. Now today I want to go through and I want to put some orders in for some stocks that, like I said, have been suggested. So let's kind of jump in and do that. The first one, I already have a few shares of this, is General Motors. It's trading 32.18, and it's been performing quite well. Doing some of the research behind this stock, it has a strong buy sentiment currently. And as we all know, this is a worldwide company, has segments in North America, South America, Europe, Asia. Very, very large company. So I think I might jump in and buy a few more stocks of this. I'm not sure if I have any outstanding equity right now. I only have 514 available. So unfortunately, I can't put in these limit buys live. But once I put in some more equity on Monday, I'll go ahead and put those limit buys in. But I'm going to buy a few shares of General Motors here. The next stock I'm going to be putting a bid in is UNP. So Union Pacific. This is a very good dividend yielding stock. It's basically the holding company for Union Pacific Railroad Company. As you can see here on the bottom, it has a great dividend yield of 2.3. And its price has been extremely steady over the last 1 year and 5 years, as you can see here. Whoops, let's go back there. In 5 years, kind of dipped down there a bit, but I think there's still some money to be made in this stock. And this would be a longer term buy as well. So all these stocks that I buy from your guys' suggestions are sort of long-term stock buys. And oh, I forgot to mention the last one, General Motors, was recommended by Dima. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, Dima. This one was by Katrina, and this is one I've been looking at as well for quite a while. I'm going to go ahead and buy 1 share of that. Like I said, I'm going to wait until Monday when I put a little bit more equity into my account. I have the Robinhood Instant, so I can essentially put in $1,000 and use that money while the transaction takes place from my bank to the Robinhood folks themselves. So I'm going to buy a share of that. The third stock I want to buy is DOW, Dow Chemical, and this one is picked from Novak. So it's kind of like Novak Djokovic, the tennis player. So Novak suggested Dow Chemical here. I had this in the past. It's got a great dividend yield, 3.3%. The reason I want to kind of jump in and get this one is there's a potential merger between Dow and DuPont coming up, either later this fall or early next year. So I kind of want to jump in, buy a few shares of this. I'm not sure how heavily I'm going to be invested, but at least 1 share of Dow Chemical. The fourth stock I want to take a quick look at is WFC. That's Wells Fargo. This comes from, so actually kind of an acronym, MedStuds is the username. I'm not sure who this is actually, but MedStuds suggested I take a look at Wells Fargo. Good company. It's another kind of a bank or financial holding company. Has financial services. It's got online banking. I think it's even invested in some insurance and mortgage banking, investment banking, retail banking, a bunch of different things. It's got a good dividend yield at 3%. And over the last year or so, it's kind of been bouncing around, holding steady. As well here, as you can see, it trended up and then kind of came down a bit and has been holding steady. So I might just jump in and buy at least 1 share of that, see how that performs. Again, I'm really looking to diversify my portfolio, high dividend yielding stocks. So I think this is one I'd like to put into at least my financial services category. And the last one I want to take a look at goes by the ticker symbol of GE. And everybody knows GE, General Electric. Again, a nice large cap company which has a nice dividend yield, 2.94%. This company, as you know, is invested in anything from airline engines, airplane engines, to industrial products, medical imaging equipment, many different things this company's involved with. But it's got a nice dividend yield, and I think this will work well within my portfolio of high dividend yielding stocks from larger, more well-known companies. So large cap companies with good dividend yields. I think this will be a good long-term play as well. So yeah, those are the 5 stocks I'm going to be buying today. General Motors, adding to my portfolio. I already have a stock of that, but I'm going to be adding to my equity in General Motors, Union Pacific, Dow Chemical, Wells Fargo and Company, and General Electric. So those will be the 5 ones I'll be buying this week and seeing how those kind of play out. So again, I hope you guys are enjoying my videos. Again, I'm a new investor, kind of jumped into Robinhood and I'm playing around a bit, but I'm a neophyte investor. I'm still learning. I definitely appreciate your suggestions, especially about stock picks. Had some great comments. And again, give me a like, a thumbs up, leave a comment. That helps me out tremendously. And again, this is fun. I love posting these videos and kind of playing around with buying and selling some of these stocks. So if you have any ideas for me, let me know, either by comment or just give me a message directly. Again, subscribe. Let me know how the videos are going. Let me know if there's any other strategies I should be doing or avoiding. sort of over the next week or so, I'm going to be taking a look at, should I be invested in some of these dividends that are paid quarterly, or should I kind of do a more monthly term dividend strategy, getting some more bond funds and some other securities that are paying monthly dividends, kind of compounding that interest, and it'll also give me a little bit more capital to play with and buy new stocks. So yeah, let me know. Subscribe, leave me a comment, thumbs up, or contact